Under communism, you understand, everybody is equal, but some people are more equal than others. And we're seeing that play out right now in the socialist supporting squad. There's some members of the squad, these radicals in the Democratic Party, who want some certain privileges, particularly when it comes to the vaccine. There should be no special privileges for anybody. Everybody has got to get exactly the same sort of stuff. That is what we are told by these socialist supporting radicals in the Democratic Party. And yet, those same most vocal socialists are the ones who want special privileges for themselves, namely Ayanna Pressley, who is known as the Ringo of the squad. She's sort of the least important member of the squad. She's, at least AOC puts on a good show, or even Ilhan Omar is sort of cartoonishly wicked and evil, giggling about Al-Qaeda. Ayanna Pressley just hasn't been able to shine quite as well as the other ones. Ayanna Pressley is coming out now to get the coronavirus vaccine, even though she's young, seems relatively healthy. She's coming out and getting it before a lot of older people do, even before a lot of healthcare workers do. And she's advocating a totally new arrangement, a list of priorities for who gets the vaccine, including not just people like herself, but also criminals.
Yes, I did have the vaccine administered yesterday in order to maintain the continuity of government, but also because, I live with, like millions of Americans, two pre-existing conditions, and doing my part, both to keep myself safe so that I can continue to do my job to fight for my district and the American people, keeping my family safe, but also stopping the spread of this virus, which has raged out of control, which has everything to do with the willful criminality of Donald Trump. And I'm going to continue to fight for our most vulnerable communities who have been disproportionately impacted by the virus, for our healthcare workers, for our essential workers, for incarcerated men and women to be prioritized in the distribution of the vaccine.
Wait a second. What? Hold on. I totally expect these political hacks like Ayanna Pressley to come out and say, look, it's very important for the continuity of government that I, some random congressman, more or less unimportant to the function of government, that I receive this vaccine before anyone else does. I have to. I wish I didn't have to, but I have to. I'm so integral to the functioning of the government. You could get rid of half the members of Congress, wouldn't change a thing about the way the government works. But I have to get, okay, you expect that. But then at the end she says, yeah, we need to give it to people, who have been marginalized, who need the vaccine more than others, and to incarcerated men and women, and that's what you need. Hold on. Incarcerated men and women, I guess that's the euphemism for criminals. Criminals get the vaccine before my grandma does? Are you out of your mind? Have you lost your... I don't know that she had the mind to lose in the first place, but certainly if she ever had one, it is gone. No, criminals don't get prioritized for the vaccine. We've taken our understanding of criminal justice and completely flipped it on its head. You see this most notably on the left here, where they cry and they wail and they gnash their teeth and they rend their garments whenever some triple murderer, rapist, serial killer gets his just desserts in the execution chamber. But they clamor, they rally, they cheer in support of slaughtering 1 million innocent babies a year. That's not just a little moral confusion. That's an exact inversion of a serious moral framework. And that's what we're seeing here. I'm not saying you need to torture the criminals. I'm not saying you need to be cruel to the criminals. I'm not saying you need to deprive the criminals of the vaccine. But they don't get first dibs. Are you crazy? Yes, this woman is crazy. And I should point out, selfish and cynical, because she's taking this vaccine before other people would get it.